Yeah, I think it's very important that we all think about globalization in business. I know sometimes globalization has other meanings which, can inspire more emotions, but just for business, we are in a global competitive landscape now. And so as students who want to have a business career or business executives think about their career, getting international experience and international understanding is very important. I grew up in Europe. I came to the US. When I finished business school, I really wanted to have experience in Asia. I worked a bit in Japan, but Samsung gave me the opportunity to go to Korea, and as it turned out, I spent 10 years there. That really gave me a great understanding into the need to manage multicultural, multinational teams. So more and more we're looking to leverage the capability of teams and individuals in different places in the world, looking for design expertise here or R&D expertise here, looking for marketing expertise locally in markets around the world. How do we build a very powerful organization that spans those different countries and cultures? That's why I think experience in different regions is very, very important, and particularly with the growth in Asia. I mean, Asia is such an important region now, not only as a manufacturer and producer of product, but also as the source of great innovation, and increasingly also as the source of great demand for product. So having understanding of what Asia is all about, and I'm even committing a big mistake there to say Asia, just like it's Europe. Recognizing all the national differences, all the cultural norms within Asia. Asia is such a varied place. So understanding some of that and being able to implement it into your management skills so that you can build teams, you can manage effectively, and really set common goals, but have everyone aligned to work towards them. So, people ask me about, challenges, and the number one thing which they usually expect is language. But language is usually the easiest to get over. I mean, worst case, you have a translator, but increasingly companies like Samsung, English is becoming the de facto language of communication. So language really isn't it. It's more about understanding the cultural norms there. Korea is a country that's very much based on groups. The US, Europe, much more based on individuals. So how do you understand the norms of a group culture and how you can manage in that environment? So people say to me, it must have been very difficult for me. I think actually it must have been more difficult for the people who worked for me, because they probably thought they've got this crazy boss who's marching to a different tune, who's got different ideas. A lot of it, though, is just about give and take. So I should respect the way they do things, because it's been very successful. Look at Samsung's performance, 19th strongest brand in the world, profitable, $100 billion market cap. This company has been extremely successful. So I have to respect a lot of those strengths, but I also have to try and bring my own understanding, my own expertise in how we might do things in a different way, how we can build a stronger global footprint for our business. So that's where I think really at the human level, it's so important. You get to know the people you work with, spend a little bit more time than perhaps you would in the US or in Europe to build relationships, to understand who people are, and then really have that flexibility of give and take, trying to understand each other, communicating very openly, and really, as I said before, leveraging the strengths of each individual and of each national team. I think if I had to pick out one characteristic from Korean business that really separates it from other countries where I worked, it's about passion. So just this tremendous commitment, this tremendous intensity, setting a goal and really aligning everyone with achieving that. If you think about Samsung, I mean, this company has been built on a dream in many ways. We just celebrated our 40th anniversary last month, so we're quite a young company in the technology space. But Samsung Electronics has really distinguished itself by setting these crazy goals, these stretch goals that people said, wow, that's so ambitious. It really won't be possible. You don't have the capabilities, the expertise, something like that, and then getting there. So 40 years ago when we started the TV business, and we were, let's say, 20 years behind our competitors. Who would have believed now we'd be #1 globally and really acknowledged as the leader in the TV industry? Same thing for mobile phones. Now #1 here in the US market in selling mobiles. So that notion of just setting an incredible goal and then the passion, the intensity, the commitment to making it happen. And I think that's something where if you take it back to the underlying culture, that strong group orientation that Korea has, to set that sort of goal and to get everyone working towards it, that's just so very powerful. And I think that's what's propelled us to where we are today. Now it's how do we match that with some other characteristics that are really around the innovation and creativity, and that's going to make just an amazingly strong company going forward.